Hey, what is up? It is Tim Williams, and I'm here to review my DraftKings lineup from yesterday's slate, February 26th. I did a few different lineups. I entered a few single entry contests, which I've been playing the last few days, just kind of sticking with one lineup. And then I entered like one of those mass GPPs. There's a 20 entry max. Nothing crazy, the 25-cent games. But I'll show you my best lineup from yesterday. We'll kind of review it. It started out with Kyle Lowry, who absolutely smashed. He was in a good spot. He was the cheapest, guard to go after, and it definitely paid off. Once we got the news that Chris Boucher was starting, I knew a lot of people would kind of pivot his way and fit him into the lineup. I definitely had him in some lineups, but I had a feeling that those Toronto guys would see a slight increase. And then that Atlanta OKC game, I definitely wanted to attack. I know there were some injuries on the OKC side, and Atlanta doesn't have the best defense, so I figured that would probably be a higher scoring game. Well, it was okay, but I got Herder in there, got me a solid 30. And then Capella, I really wanted to fit in there. I actually played him over on Super Draft, and he got like 70 something points, which was awesome. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But so I got those guys in there. House, I didn't love the play, and looking back at it, you have to make those decisions where if you don't know why you're putting them into your lineup, then they shouldn't be in there at all. I didn't love it. I know he's had some bigger games in the past, but I didn't have a good feeling. But because I was doing so many lineups, I thought it was fine. He got 22, not the best, not the worst. And then here's kind of where I went wrong here was Isaiah Roby. We knew that Horford wasn't going to start, and Roby is just so hit or miss, and he's cheap enough. It's like it always seems like when I play him, he doesn't do well. If I do play him, if I don't play him, he does well. But you can't really think like that in daily fantasy sports. You can't have those personal biases. But I like the guy. I put him in. Just didn't go his way last night. Capella, like I said, he absolutely smashed. The guy's awesome. I love playing him. I mean, if he got consistent minutes, like he'd be up there. Last night, Celtics, I took Kemba Walker. I think a lot of people were kind of high on him. In this particular contest, I think he was only owned like 11%. So getting near 50 points from him was, a godsend. But he looked really good last night. I like Kemba a lot. The Celtics are kind of going through a rough stretch lately with Tatum and Brown, and it just seems like they're kind of down. They're definitely missing Marcus Smart, but Walker can put up games like this, and I wish he could play those back-to-back games. I mean, and I think he could. I don't think he'll get 50 every night, but he definitely could see 30, 35. But I obviously liked him last night, and then Kawhi Leonard put up 53 yesterday. I was a little worried about this one because of the blowout potential, but had him in there. He did absolutely fantastic. And then my Isaiah Roby 2.0, Saban Lee, he's been doing well. He's been kind of chalky, but I figured he's cheap enough. Why not ride with it? I had a good feeling that, one of these days he's just going to hit a wall, and that was yesterday. I think he was my highest owned in this lineup besides Lowry, but only put up 14 points. I'm not really sure what happened in that game. Just kind of a weird matchup with Sacramento, but it is what it is. You have to kind of look at your lineups and kind of analyze them and see what went wrong, what went right. And in this case, Roby and Lee didn't get me there. It's tough. I struggle with some of those chalky low priced guys who are very inconsistent. You never know. It's just kind of a 50-50 chance, like a coin flip. Like, they're either going to have a good game or they're not. But it's, well worth the risk. But with that said, I definitely look forward to tonight's slate. I'll probably stick with one lineup this time and try and go from there. But I'll do some single entry stuff, nothing too crazy. But for tonight, like Cleveland, Philly, I don't really particularly care for that matchup at all. Allen's been absolutely crushing it, which is awesome. But him going against Embiid, I don't like that matchup at all. But if you wanted to kind of get weird, maybe go with McGee. He's cheap enough. But the biggest news in this game is Harris is out. So I don't know what that means, who's going to start there, but might be a good time to try to get Shake Milton in there. I do like playing him. He's cheap enough. He's definitely their best man off the bench. Their bench is horrible. So Milton might be a guy who might sneak into the lineup. We'll see. That's definitely something you got to wait till, a little before lock. One of the two games I really love tonight is this Minnesota-Washington game. Towns, Westbrook, Beal, if you roster one or two of those, I think you'll be in a good spot tonight. The guy I'm definitely probably leaning towards playing is Anthony Edwards. Love what he's been doing. With Malik Beasley out, I think Edwards is going to be probably their second best scoring option. I don't know. Rubio isn't really – I love Ricky Rubio, but this year he hasn't really been all that great. So I like him. Vanderbilt possibly. I like McLaughlin a lot, and then that's probably it for that. Indiana, New York. Your guess is as good as mine. Guys are priced, I think, kind of right here. Pacers are coming off that back-to-back. They kind of had a grind yesterday with the Celtics, so don't know what to really expect here. I don't really like it, though, but I will say that Derrick Rose is probably in a good position to have a repeat performance. This is probably going to be a closer game than last, so I like Rose there. Denver, OKC. Can't think of anything that stands out here. Porter's been kind of on fire lately, but I don't think the coach likes him very much, so that's kind of a riskier play, but I wouldn't say it's safe, but SGA, the Joker, obviously these are great options, but OKC's been kind of tough. I don't really find too much value there. Maybe Williams, but Utah, Orlando, I don't know what to make of that Magic team. They're not good. Nikola Vucevic, he's amazing. Like watching him play is like been a real treat this year. So I like him, but I don't like the matchup all that much. Utah's, I think, one of the better, if not the best team in the West this year. So not a whole lot to like here. Maybe Mike Conley at 6'3". That's a pretty good play, I feel. Moving on to New Orleans and the Spurs. This is the game to probably watch a little bit later. I love New Orleans in this game. This is probably who I will be rostering a lot in today's slate. Guys like Williamson. You can go get to Ingram, but I'd rather just pay up. Lonzo Ball, I think I'll have starting at the guard for sure. And they seem pretty content with Steven Adams. So I'll probably go there. He's probably the best center that isn't expensive. But then you got to kind of keep an eye on the Spurs guys. I don't know who's in, who's out, blah, blah, blah. But that's the kind of stuff you got to pay attention to closer to lock. Those value Spurs guys, like you don't need them to get you 30, 40 points. You need them to, with their, those salaries, you just need them to get 20, 25. And you're in a good spot with it's just getting those pay up options right. That's the real key. I feel like with these value guys, that's what I've been kind of learning as I've been going along, at least on DraftKings. And then the last game is Brooklyn Dallas. You know what to do here. I mean, obviously, like a lot of star power in this one. Luka, Harden, Irving, Porzingis might play. I don't know. Jordan. There's not really a whole lot I like here as far as that goes. I mean, those top guys you're paying for. Maybe I'd go with Irving out of any of them just because of the price point. But Dallas stinks. I mean, let's be honest. Like their defense isn't that great. Especially if Porzingis is out. Like I don't particularly like it. But I will say I did watch the end of that Brooklyn Nets game against the Magic, and I was watching Claxton play. He looked pretty sick actually. But that was of course a blowout, so I probably wouldn't trust that. But one guy I might take a look at. I do. This is a habit of mine. Is I like to have that late night hammer, just at least one guy to kind of hope for the best, and hopefully that one guy kind of takes you to the next level at the end of the contest. But maybe that's something I should kind of focus. It shouldn't matter who you play or what time they play. The best result is you want to get the most points. Who cares? It doesn't matter what time they play. But a guy I kind of will take a look at 4-9 is Bruce Brown. Obviously with Kevin Durant out, Brown has been the guy who's been, stepping up. And if he gets you like 25 to 30, that'd be ideal. But he might be there's not a lot of, value on the slate until we learn more about what's going on with the Spurs. But Brown's a guy I might take a look at. Maybe Harris. That's kind of more of a dart throw. And those are the kind of mistakes I don't want to make. But anyways, those are the games for tonight. There's definitely some clear spend up options here. I like Minnesota, Washington. I like the Pelicans and the Spurs. But other than that, that was a little bit of my process for the slates. I'll definitely do some more research later. But so thanks for watching. I hope that helped you. These videos have been definitely helping me. So, I mean, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them in the comments. But thank you for watching and have a nice day.